Hello! Happy Friday, everyone. Sorry once again for being late. Had some personal issues to deal with before the stream, so forgive me for that. Okay. So, the plan of attack tonight is we're going to clear SILPH, we're going to do Sabrina, and we're going to get to Cinnabar Island. And maybe if we have enough time, we'll do the Pokemon Mansion. Because I finally remembered today who is supposed to be the final member of the team in this party of 6. So we have Rotoscoped the Charizard. He's staying because he's the starter. Hand Planet the Snorlax because I think Snorlax is cool and you can do some cool stuff with Snorlax. Papachai, the Nidoking, is still going to be on the team because he has good coverage, a good nature, and a good move pool. So he can do some fun stuff. Moist Spoon the Alakazam because Alakazam is extremely strong. And he's on the verge of leveling up too, so that's cool. Like, this is a near perfect Alakazam set, especially for a single player playthrough. This is near perfect, right? Might need the Pikachu. We got her in Viridian Forest quite a while ago, and she's not very good, but we're making her work. We got some stuff. I'm particularly a big fan of the Toxic move set that we have here, so I'm a big fan of that. And Pasta, the Vaporeon, is the Pokemon that I'm going to swap out later tonight, because I forgot that we actually had a 6th member of the team who was supposed to be here, but isn't right now, because we have to reach Cinnabar first. So we're going to do that. You know, let me just... Forgot to do the transition there. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So we'll get started on the rocket invasion, and we're going to start from the very beginning. We're going to clear every floor properly. So we're going to make sure I've done all the encounters that I need to, got all the items I need to. Because now that we have the card key, we don't have to worry about the platforms as much. So this is all fine, as it is. So we can move on to floor 3. Yep, you're there. You work here. No one's there. Nope, that's a warp panel. Warp panel. And war panel. Alright. Now we go up to floor 4. Alright, you're as you are. This is me just making sure I have everything I need. So I beat you. Beat you. Gotta check every floor. Just in case. Because otherwise you just miss out on experience, and that's not what I'm looking to do here. Because I actually need the levels. Floor 5. Yes, you're someone I need to fight, so that's fine. I tell you what, guys, this chair I'm on, it needs to go. I think it's outlived its usefulness, to be honest. Damn, you're bulky. But you flinched, haha. Made you flinch. Ooh. Oof. I should have just done another bite or something. It's fine. I got a free turn of heal. If any of you are in the chat as well, if you could let me know if the volume is pretty good. I decided to turn up Pokemon this time because when I listened back to my streams, the game audio itself seemed a little quiet, so I made some changes with that. Hopefully it's not overbearing. I think it should be fine. Okay, this whole floor I needed to clear, so we'll do that. Scientist Bo. Oh, definitely swapping in Charizard for you. Come back, Pastor. Go rotoscoped. Go figure. Classic Pokemon. Always slowing me down. And of course. You know, in Pokemon Champions, they lowered the chance of paralysis stopping your turn. It's down from like 25% to like 12% now, or 6%, and I'm like, that's a little low, don't you think? But like, I get it, paralysis is annoying to deal with, but you don't need to lower it that much. There's still strategic value in using Thunder Wave and stuff. I don't know, that's my opinion. Another thing that surprised me is, so I did my Resident Evil 4 stream earlier this week, and little did I know that that somewhere out of nowhere, that stream would get like over 340 views, and I'm like, holy crap, you know? So I thought that was cool to see. I was happy to see that. Yep. Yeah, it was so strong. As well just wheezing it. We worked on the ultimate Pokeball. Cool. Can I see it? No. And a lemonade. Nope. Lemonades are for keepsake until later. So we can just do that. Okay, he's just freaking out. Yourself. Yeah, I remember this for. Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, that's really useful. I need to give that to someone. And that's not useful. I'm gonna sell that. I think HP up I gave to Ham Planet. Yeah. No, it's not you. Not you. Oh, bulk up. Okay. That raises attack and defense, I think. A child? That must be you. Oh, this is fun. Let's try the toxic strategy. It worked. God damn. That's funny. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. Man, that's been hitting a lot lately. That did fuck all. Might need to swap you. Goodbye. Ooh, Aurora Beam. Don't mind if I do. Don't need Rain Dance. I think we'll be fine with Aurora Beam. It'll last until we get Ice Beam. Oops. Right. Now, if I recall, yeah, that's where our rival is, so that will need a warp panel. If that's where the beds are, Jesus Christ, thank God. Hang on. Okay, no, you can't heal there. Pragmata's out. Yeah, I'm playing Pokemon. Good. Hi. Well, hi, doggo. I had... The funny thing is, there was a part of me that thought about playing Pragmata tonight, but I don't really have the money to spend on a new release like that right now, so that'll have to wait. It would be really funny to stream it, because I know there are people on the internet who are going to be like, "Ooh!" about the whole thing. You also thought about playing it, but then you saw Denuvo. Yeah, it's just what those companies are going to do, unfortunately. Like, it's annoying, because as far as I'm aware, Denuvo's already cracked for the Pirates, so they're already playing the game without that restriction. And I saw something today that says people were getting locked out of their legitimate copies of the game on Steam, because on Linux you can play the game with different like Proton versions. Proton is basically like a computer translation layer for Windows games. So you can change the Proton version on your Steam game, but Denuvo considers that to be a different PC activation. So once you do that 5 times, you're locked out for a day, which is it's so stupid. It's ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't be doing that, but hey ho, what can we do, right? Would have bought on Switch to escape Denuvo, but it's only on Switch 2. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a game that would work on the Switch 1. Even if they tried really hard, it would be too much work. The annoying thing with Denuvo is, like, I've also been eyeing the Mega Man Star Force collection, because everything I've seen from that so far looks really good, right? And I do want to get into Mega Man. Like, I actually want to try Mega Man. The problem is, it's just Denuvo again with Steam, and Capcom does this annoying thing where they can remove Denuvo on one thing, but then put Enigma DRM on it right after, and I'm like, why would you do that? Can you stop doing that, please? It's so aggravating, you know? So I've had half the mind with the Star Force collection just to get that on the Switch instead. Because at least with the Switch version, excuse me, you have the option to play it vertically, kind of like a DS, with the dual screen thing. So, why? It's just so annoying to be a Capcom fan, you know? Yes, there is an item here. Sweet. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's so annoying. Yes, I will do that, thank you. You think it's working as intended? Capcom deliberately infects their titles on Steam with Denuvo Enigma because they consider Steam a GOY platform. They're doing it because they believe that... They do it because they believe Denuvo when they say they can guarantee you'll get sales. Because there's a whole fucking thing with piracy and Japan that was happening on Twitter as well recently that has really pissed me off. But this is just an extension of that, the whole Denuvo thing, where it's like, oh, we can guarantee we'll get sales this way, and I'm like, I hate to break it to you guys, but if the DRM has already been removed, the dedicated pirates are already going to be using that anyway. They're going to be playing that version. It won't matter to them. Which is why you shouldn't be putting Denuvo on legitimate purchases. There's no point. Because I have every intention of buying the game anyway, right? It's just annoying that I have to deal with performance issues because of that. And there's no certainty with the Enigma DRM thing either. It's like they might put that on as well. And they have for older games. Like, some of the Mega Man collections are already have Enigma DRM. And I'm like, but I already have the ROMs. So why do it on a legitimate purchase when like, if I have the free version, what's stopping me from just staying on that? You know? It's so aggravating. Oh, there is an item here. Okay. Nice. Don't mind if I do. God, I forgot. since we last streamed that, yeah, there are actually a bunch of these items in here. So I should probably remember that more often. Any plants I find, I should check. Otherwise, you don't know how to otherwise explain why Dino Crisis is infected on Steam but not on GOG. They clearly don't care, it's just their attitude, perhaps. Yeah, that's a whole fucking thing as well. Like that's what I end up doing. Like, oh, if it's on GOG, I'll just buy it there instead, because I'm so sick and tired of my games not having all the, like, not having the functionality that I desire. You also extracted the ROM from Mega Man X collection. That was the first thing you did. Yeah. I didn't even get it from a collection. I just found them, you know? It's just annoying. I wish Capcom would stop doing that. Like, they put Enigma DRM on the Resident Evil 4 remake, right? They did that recently. And people immediately criticized the performance issues from that. And within the week, Capcom removed it. So, if they're okay with removing it after people complain about the performance issues, then what's the justification for having it in the first place? You know? It's stupid. It's just stupid. But yeah, speaking of the piracy thing, oh my lord. If you had talked to a fucking Japanese person about online piracy outside of Japan, they would react to you like you killed their mother. You wish Capcom would just drop their titles on GOG? Yes, 100%. I completely agree with you. And for some games, they have been doing that. So, and of those games, like, I commend them for doing that. Like, I already own the DMC games. Not on every platform, mind you, but like, if you're talking like on PC, like, yeah, I got all 4 of the DMC games. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? They actually released it on a platform that I want them to. Like, that's a good thing. So yeah, I supported that that decision of theirs to do that, and I wish they did it more often. Because despite Capcom's fucking belief that the remakes are superior to their originals, and therefore, why would you want the originals? As much as they espouse that bullshit, there's clearly a market for their old games, and rightfully so. Alright, I'm just kind of vibe checking, so to say, the correct warp panels. You don't know about piracy, but you've heard a lot of Japanese didn't like the Stop Killing Games campaign. That makes you think corporate agenda is very strong here. So, their distrust of Stop Killing Games comes from a misunderstanding of what they're actually asking for with those initiatives, right? Now, you like, I'm like 99% certain you already know what Stop Killing Games is actually about, right? Like obviously, I'm pretty sure you've done the research. But for anyone watching the VOD who doesn't know the basic core tenet of Stop Killing Games, all it's asking is for publishers to not deliberately revoke access to the game you purchased. That's all people are asking for with that. I'm gonna leave my knee there. Yeah, and what that basically means, what that would look like in practice, right? It's like the removing the ability to destroy a video game at any time. What does that look like in practice? Well, in terms of online games, so for one thing, it's not a retroactive plea, right? So any game that's live service or online only or whatever that exists currently would not fall under the scope of Stop Killing Games, because it is a future-proofing method. It's asking for future games going forward after legislation is passed, that is to have publishers build from the ground up the games that they want to make online, so that when they end support, people who bought the game can still access it in their own spare time, of their own free will, whenever they want, right? And like we've seen examples of that in the past anyway. Like we have older games to this day from like the 90s and the 2000s that have online functionality, and it still works even today. You know? So all that initiative is asking is for publishers to go back to that model of allowing you to do that whenever you want. And if it's not possible for them to do so without a server, then the other step in Stop Killing Games is to ask them to give us the ability to create our own private servers, right? And they say, oh, well, there are security issues and all that. And it's like, okay, all you have to do then is build it from the ground up in such a way that that won't be a concern anymore. So basically, you just have to give us the tools we need while taking out any code or program that requires like an online like payment thing or something that collects personal information. If you just build it from the ground up to remove that, then it won't be an issue, right? And there are games that are already doing that. There's a game called Splitgate that like is shutting down official support, but they cite Stop Killing Games specifically as one of the reasons why they decided to allow you to play that game indefinitely without official developer support, right? So there are already people who can lay down the correct framework going forward. But yeah, so like it's a bunch of things that's not actually asking companies to do all that much. Like it's actually not that difficult, right? It's just a matter of willpower with these publishers. It's not about, oh, I don't have enough money or resources. Like, no bullshit. If you're a multi-million-dollar company, you absolutely have the resources. You're just not doing it because you don't want to. But in Japan, when they see Stop Killing Games, they believe it's indefinite developer support, which is not what people are asking for. Once again, it's a common misconception. It happens every time. You wonder how much the powers that be there contributed to perpetuating that misunderstanding? I think it's just the media. The Japanese media doing it, to be honest. Ooh, you're strong. Because the media in the West was making that mistake all the time as well, you know? So, I'm left to believe that, I mean, I'm faster, I can just kill him. So it would make sense then for the Japanese media to see the other media reports on it and think, oh, it's about wanting indefinite developer support kind of thing. Now there's a Californian bill that's come out that's not, it's not like perfect. It's definitely not a perfect, elegant solution, but you know, it's a start. So Japanese people see that and they think, oh, they want our Japanese companies um, to support a game indefinitely. They're asking, they're being unreasonable because the corporation is allowed to do whatever they want, and if they say no, we're taking this, no, we're ending support, you just have to accept that, and you're not allowed to complain about it or anything like that. I was like, oh, bullshit, you know. Oh, it's a female. Awesome. Alright, Lapras. Could be an honest misunderstanding, could be a deliberate agenda to smear the movement. You're a fan of conspiracies, or those are California bills based. Yeah, there's a thing with the California bill, like one of the things that, Japanese people are kind of like iffy about is the full refund part, right? It's like if a developer cannot guarantee an end of life plan kind of thing, then they have to offer refunds to the customers. And Japanese people see that, and they're not entirely, they don't agree with that part, right? But none of that actually matters. That's just a pet issue for them. The real issue for them is is when the Near Reincarnation server emulator came about. That's when they fucking had a massive tism fit on the internet. So basically what happened is a small team of Spanish programmers created a server emulation program that doesn't actually emulate copyrighted material. It emulates the server that pings back and forth between the game client and the server, right? Hence it's a server emulator. It's not actually downloading the copyrighted material, right? That's not what that does. So if you already got Near Reincarnation before the shutdown from Square Enix, then you could just connect to that server again, and you'd be able to play your game again, right? Oh, but when Japan saw that, they were just like, these fucking thieves! These people are robbers! They don't deserve anything we have! They must suffer and pay for their crimes and apologize and grovel. I'm like, oh my god, calm the fuck down, Japan. I love you, but oh my god, you're being ridiculous. While we're here... Nice boat. Yeah, well, I already have Vaporeon for that, but thank you. Japan L. Ugh, massive L. Massive hypocrisy as well. We'll get to that tonight as well. You're also iffy on the full refund, to be honest. Maybe half the price would be just. School days reference? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if full refund is possible, but some sort of compensation I think is warranted. Definitely. But yeah, fucking God. So the whole emulator, server emulation thing kicked off this massive fucking shitstorm from Japan, who are accusing the rest of the world of being like these fucking thieves, and they're starving our creators, and they're disrespecting our laws and stuff like that. And I'm like, first off, motherfucker, we don't live in Japan, so we're not subject to your laws, right? So please get that in your head first. Secondly, you live in a country where it is actually cheaper for you financially to sell your old hardware, your old manga, your old anime, your collection. It is cheaper for you to sell your collection to a secondhand shop, like a bookstore or whatever than it is to throw it in the rubbish, which is what the West end up doing. Because in the West, rubbish is paid for by the taxpayer. But you guys had to actually pay for someone to collect your rubbish, right? So as a result of you doing that, you have an amazing secondhand marketplace. You have the best secondhand marketplace I think I've ever seen in my life, right? So don't get on your fucking high horse about how everyone else outside of Japan is being a fucking hecking thieferino when you are genuinely ignorant. You are genuinely ignorant of how the rest of the world works with our secondhand market. You just don't understand. You actually don't understand. Because look, your insularity works for you because it protects your culture, but it makes you ignorant over the rest of the world. Right? So don't give me this bullshit about how we're the bad guys for violating your laws that we are not subject to because we don't actually live there. Right? So cut the shit with that, please. What else, man? What else? But yeah, the thing with the secondhand market, it's like you have everything under the sun that you could ever want, right? And you can get it for cheap, like real cheap. A lot of it. Some of it's a little expensive, but it's not as common to be expensive, right? It's usually cheap. And one of the ways it's cheap is because bow to the king, Apapachai Nidorino. One of the reasons your secondhand stuff is cheaper is because you consider like a slight fraying on the corner of a box to be like damage, right? You call that damage. Now, for us in the West, that's not as big of a deal, but for you guys it is. It's like, oh, it has like the tiniest scratch here, or the slightest dent here, kind of thing. Or like that's something slightly imperfect about the secondhand copy, so we're going to reduce the price for it. That's excellent, by the way. I have no issue with that. The problem becomes that you are arguing that everyone else should just be okay with not having access to the stuff you have. And it's like, I'm sorry, but that's not how the real world works, Japan. I'm just sorry. It's not how it works. You started reading, but then they announced a remaster, and Jeff promised it for free for current owners, so you're waiting for the remaster now. This is for School Days. I didn't know there was a remaster for School Days coming out for us. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Having the secondhand market is too first world for us. Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just... It's like, look. Piracy within Japan makes less sense, right? Because you have immediate access to everything that we want, right? You just have it by default. And that's fine, right? It's fine if you want piracy to be reduced in Japan itself. What we have a problem with is when you try to impose your country's accessibility to the rest of us, because that's not how it works for us. It just doesn't. Like, we have to contend with scalpers, we have to contend with payment processors, we have to contend with governments banning things. There are things I want from Japan that I can't own because of the government. So, don't give me this high horse bullshit about how I have to adhere to your standards when it's impossible for me to adhere to that. Shit. Should have just rest first. Oh well. It's just horse shit. Now, when did that happen? Yes. Spilled water on my desk. Yeah. So here's a fucking brilliant thing that they like that I saw someone say this on Japanese Twitter where it's like, oh, these pirates have no excuse. I could just go to a secondhand thing and get this game for 1,000 yen. And everyone else said, oh, that's great for you. Here's what it looks like for us on the secondhand market. And it's like $200 games, $300 games, right? All this bullshit. And it's all because of scalpers. If I get rich, I could give you anything. Could you give me a boyfriend, free girlfriend? Okay. Oh, you're just... whatever. I am going to store the Master Ball because I don't need it right now. Oh, you can't deposit the Master Ball. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I got every trainer in that whole encounter. Yeah, it's just... like... what Japan doesn't seem to understand is... that the rest of the world... like... piracy is the reason we have an anime market in the first place. In the West, right? Oh, Careful Nature's not great, but we're not going to use Lapras anyway, so it's fine. Lapras could be a good doubles Pokemon, but it's fine. Yeah, so the basic history of piracy in the West is that people, like Americans and like just international people. Also, the OG game crashes and works only on your old Windows 7 laptop. That sucks. Yeah, I didn't see that comment. Yeah, with the school days thing, that sucks to hear. You want the 3DS, but you know you'll have to pirate games on it. Yeah, unless you're getting them physically. If you get them physically, that's fine. Like, obviously, that's... no one has an issue with you buying that. It's just... the secondhand market is so fucking awful with that. Especially Pokemon games. Oh my lord, Pokemon games are impossible. Right? So... it's just... oh, fuck. What was I trying to say, right? Okay. Oops. I think we need to put you out. It's raining. Alright. I need to hop off the stream briefly for a bit because it's raining outside and I need to block a door. Just so no water gets in the garage. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Just a flash downpour out of nowhere. You didn't hear the rain? No, trust me, I'm right next to my window. I can hear it. So it was definitely raining just then. You gotta quickly spam the N-word in my chat while I'm gone and delete it all before I come back. Well, unfortunately for you, I have it on the screen. Anyway, so that's all sorted now. What was I saying? Yeah. Yeah, so like there's so many angles you could tackle this whole idea with, like, piracy with Japanese media. There's so many different ways you can tackle the issue. Like, I think the one that God, there's so many different arguments they make piss me off, but I think one that pisses me off the most is if the copyright holder says you're not allowed to have it, then you're not allowed to complain, and you should just give up and live with it, right? And that's mainly in response to people saying, that we pirate because they don't give us the media that we want. Oh, that's right. I was talking about the history of piracy, but I'll get to that in a bit. No, I could just say it now because it's not that big of a story. It's just foreigners moved to Japan with pre-recorded, like, American shows, and they did VHS swapping. They swapped tapes with Japanese people who also recorded like anime and stuff onto their thing, and that's how anime was introduced to the West. It was these guys were watching anime and they were thinking, what the fuck, this is awesome. So they started developing their own subtitles, and then they made copies of those tapes, and then that passed around enough where we developed our own organic domestic market, and therefore demand increased, right? So the demand created the market, which led to people in licensing companies to approach Japan and ask them, please let us distribute your anime over here. Please allow us the opportunity. And apparently it took like over a decade to convince Osamu Tezuka, the creator of Astro Boy, like over a decade to get the right people involved so that we could actually get what we want. It took forever. And with that came a bunch of problems with, like, localization and all that shit. So it wasn't a perfect system, but the demand exists in the West because we saw the pirated copies and we said, I want to give money to this. This is amazing. This is so different and unique. I want to become fans of this thing. Please license it here so that I can pay money for it. But when you tell Japanese people that, or these particular annoying otaku, these particular annoying accounts, when you tell them that's what happened, they just say, well, you should have just waited. You need to apologize, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up. We wouldn't know about any of this without piracy. I'm sorry. It's just not how we operate here. And the thing that annoys me the most is this fucking obsession with saying, if the copyright holder says no, you have to give up. And there's nothing you can do about it. That you're not allowed to complain, you're not allowed to have an opinion about it. You just have to say, oh, shikatanai ne. You just have to say, oh, shikatanai. まあいいけど. all that bullshit. It's like bull fucking shit. That's not how art works. Art, the existence of art is not at the behest of the copyright holder. I'm sorry. Art is eternal. People are temporary. Art is eternal. I'm gonna say it. White Europeans are famous for preserving historical art. We are famous for preserving history. And for good reason. Because shit gets destroyed, right? The Library of Alexandria. The most classic case of losing thousands of years of history. In a fire, just like that. Fucking the Rosetta Stone was found in someone's house. The Rosetta Stone was part of someone's wall. They used it to build their house. It's like, but you know what? Who saved it? White Europeans, white Americans, like like white people saved all that. Ancient historical artifacts, and stuff, right? Like. It's just stupid. It's just so stupid how inflexible these people are with why we do something like that. What's shikatanai? Shikatanai means it can't be helped. It's Japanese for, it can't be helped, I have to accept this kind of thing. It's basically giving up and conforming, right? That's what shikatanai means. We lost half of silent movies, though. Yes. Yeah, I think... God. I think it's more than half of silent films. I just lost the time. And that's horrible to think about, right? So we care very much about preserving art. Now, it's worth saying that there are people in Japan who are putting an effort to preserve their art as well. But for a long time, there wasn't anything like that. So there are original cells, original masters of certain media that are just destroyed, lost to time. If we're talking about video games, we have source code that is lost to time because someone didn't think to save it. So there was an attitude in Japan that once you've put the work out there, the source code is meaningless, and you just have to say, oh, well, sleep talk I will keep. Snore is not very good. Give it up and conforming. Story of my life. Yeah, well, it's the story of Japan in a nutshell, really. So, it's just a bunch of pure bullshit. This idea that the copyright holder is the be-all, end-all on the preservation of art. And they say, oh, well, you're not preserving art, you're just stealing, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you can't steal if it's not available to you anyway. Oh, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. They just don't listen. I saw one Japanese person comparing... So someone put out this NPC, Wojak meme, where it's like, Japan says, stop pirating our games, and then the regular person says, then sell it to us, and then it's just the NPC getting angry, right? Japan angry, right? And someone edited it over that, saying it's like, that equating piracy to rape? I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? What planet do you live on where that makes sense? It doesn't make sense. That's the point. It's completely illogical. Entirely emotional, right? And do I even need to talk about that? Do I even need to talk about the fact that, by their own standards, doujinshi are just flagrant copyright infringement, according to their own laws, right? The doujinshi market is allowed to exist in Japan because the copyright holders turn a blind eye to it, right? So they're allowed to have their copyright infringing fan fiction by their own laws, right? I don't care Personally, I don't care that they have the doujinshi market there. In fact, I encourage it to exist. I believe it should exist, right? So they're allowed to have their copyright infringement, but we're not allowed to have ours because I guess we're not Japanese. I guess. The analogy doesn't make sense. Piracy doesn't feel good. That's funny. That's really funny. So yeah, it's just complete horse shit. Like, none of their arguments actually make any sense. Like, it only somewhat makes sense in Japan itself, because you already have access to everything, and it's always super cheap there. So just pay the money, right? It's fine. You're not gonna die if you could buy the entire To Love Ru manga for less than 1,200 yen. Now, if you convert that cent to yen, that's $12 for like 11 volumes. Like, pardon? You only have to pay $12 for an entire series? Wow. I can't even pay $12 for one volume. In fact, if I paid for one volume of a manga at a local bookstore, I'm paying over $20. Oh, but no, it's so cheap everywhere else, guys. You stupid Baka Gaijin just don't understand, right? Everything is just so easy to get. You can just pay for it. Or you can just come to Japan and buy it here. It's like, I'm sorry, but not everyone can do that. Plane trips are fucking expensive. Especially in this economy. It's just horseshit. You're still fuming over their Switch 2 being $330. Here's the thing, right? The reason they can sell it that low is because they don't have non-Japanese language support. Like, it's only a Japanese language Switch 2. And that's fine. I don't mind if they want to do that. But you need to pull your heads out of your asses. Pull your head out of the cloud. All that stuff. Whatever analogy you want to use, right? Because that's not the reality everywhere else. I'm sorry, it's like, oh, but you're a fucking hacking thief, and you're bad, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're not going to guilt trip me into apologizing for acquiring media through illegitimate means, right? You're not going to guilt trip me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like, we have our reasons for why things turn out this way. Like, the big one for me is Crunchyroll. Let's say with anime. Crunchyroll has fucking horrific services. They're just not good, right? The subtitles are awful. They upload censored versions of the anime. They don't have all the licenses that you would want. So there might be a show you want to watch, but you can't because it doesn't fucking exist on a streaming service. For perspective, in my country, we had a streaming service called Anime Lab, which was an entirely local streaming service with its own exclusive anime licenses, right? There were shows on Anime Lab that Funimation and Crunchyroll never ever had, right? And in addition to that, we had a fantastic video player. Anime Lab was awesome. I actually was a subscriber of Anime Lab. I paid money monthly to use it because the lineup was fantastic. The service was fantastic. Oh, no, Madman got bought out by Crunchyroll, by Sony. So it's gone. Like, you just don't, like, so they bought Anime Lab and then they merged it, right? They merged it. And with the merge, that meant, those licenses you had, those are no longer valid. You wanted to watch, what's it called? Akai Zillion or Arthur Zillion? Something Zillion. It's like, oh, you wanted to watch this obscure 80s mecha anime that had never been shown on Crunchyroll service or anything like that ever? Oh, well, too bad. That's gone now. Tough shit, bye. It's like, no. As soon as Anime Lab went down, I just was like, you know what, I'm not paying for any of these services anymore. I don't trust them. Like, the only one we have in our house is like Netflix and Amazon, and that's it. It's like, no, if I am too deeply invested in my hobby to just take that shit lying down and have nothing to say about that. Tired of that shit. I just don't support that. You bought a lot of games, but you never watched anime or movies legitimately. You don't trust these sites. Yeah, I don't blame you, because the service is not always good. If the service was good, then I'd pay. But it's not. Anyway, Sabrina, it's time for you to become my wife. God. I've yet to see a bad Sabrina sprite, to be honest. Whew. Nice pie roll. Mr. Mime was... pretty sure it's special attack. Pokemon games need the ability to marry your female opponents ASAP. I agree. Maybe someone is making a video game or drafting a video game plan where that's one of the main purposes. Maybe. Like you can in Skyrim or Dragon's Dogma. Pokemon plus dating sim. That sounds like it might be a winning combination. I wonder if someone's drafting a document about that. And I wonder if that person is debating what game engine to use to build this. What kind of creatures should be designed and explored. What kind of characters should be introduced? What kind of archetypes? Like Atlas with Persona? I'm thinking more indie dev kind of people. Like a young upstart kind of thing. Whew. Alright, how much is this gonna stomp me? Oh, that's a lot. But I win, because I'm faster. Unfortunately, with my victory means she has not become my wife. TM4. Oh, TM4 is Carmine. Yes, that's right. Just realized. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure Vaporeon can learn Calm Mind, actually. No, it can't. Yeah, that's a later thing. That's a later generation, it could. Oh, what a shame. Oh well. It's fine. Man, Charizard trivialized that fight. Come on, get me out of here, please. There we are. Yeah, it's just, why didn't they just build doors in SILPH? Yeah. Well, it's not fun that way, you know? Not as fun. Alright. Well, we cleared everything we need to here. Maybe I should go to Pallet Town, actually. Because we can surf to Cinnabar from here. And while I'm here, for the first time in the playthrough, I got the town map. Morning, guys. Fuck, I missed so much. Hi, Jaded Warlock. Thanks for showing up. Yeah. We started about an hour and 11 minutes ago. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. Town map. Yep. Hmm. 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 I wonder if that'll become important later. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to sell the X special. Whatever, it's fine. You're eating breakfast and watching Gundam Double Zeta during all of that? I mean, that's a pretty good problem to have. Now, if I recall, Tanglers show up here. Speaking of the devil, here's Tangler. Hi, Tangler. Lord Helix? I think Lord Helix... I think there might be a thing with him where he might be the last member of the team. But yeah, Warlock, you missed a lot. Like, I went on this huge tangent about how... You know what? Why don't I just surf all the way down without talking to anyone? Nope. Nope. Oops. Because then... Hello, Cinnabar. Pokemon's here, so... Oops. Yep, we got Ultra Balls, nice. Fab mail. Absolutely fabulous. Should you watch Gundam or Macross? You should watch both. I want to watch both. Personally, I just haven't found the opportunity to. Like I've tried looking for Macross. It's not as easy as it looks. But someday I will. Okay. We've got to say goodbye to Pastor. Thank you for your service, Pastor. It is now time to obtain the final member of our team. Yeah. Sorry, I just sneezed. Oh! Okay. Right. He has the fossil. I do not have Ponyta, so I can't trade you that. Oh, that's what the PC was. Okay. You do that while I talk to everyone. I don't really see the need for it, but you're the same way with Macross. Yeah, it's just not. It's not as easily accessible as you would think. So, with the piracy thing, right? It's very easy for. Okay, I do not have Raichu, but now I know where I can get you. I do not have a Venonat. No, wait, no, don't I? Didn't I catch Venonat? No, I didn't. Yeah, so here's the thing about Macross. Macross was in a copyright licensing hell for decades because of Harmony Gold, right? Harmony Gold, as you might be aware, is the company responsible for Robotech, which is a mishmash of 3 different anime series. Oh, it's female. And as a result of Harmony Gold bullshit, praise Lord Helix, that's not a good nature. Just gonna blow my nose for a tick. Alright, apologies for that. So, one of the being Macross, if you remember correctly. Yes. Macross is one of the 3 shows that was combined into something else entirely. Longest blow. Trust me, I have tissue issues all the time. It's like it's not even fully cleared. Like I've always had issues for years with my nose. It's something I'm gonna have to get looked at, I think. Calm nature. That's not bad, actually. I can live with that. Calm nature is fine. And our goal is to level up Lord Helix so that he may become an Ammonite. Hehe. Oh yeah. But yeah. So, because of Harmony Gold's litigious nature of asserting ownership over an anime that they did not make, we in the West have been unable to watch any Macross media legally for decades. We cannot consume it. We are only allowed Robotech. Even today, we're still only allowed Robotech, right? So, the only way for Western fans to become fans of Macross is to go sail the 7 seas. Teeth first, then nose. Yeah. It's whole fucking rigmarole for me, honestly. The whole bloody rigmarole. Oh, that's right. I can teach Ammonite some moves. Oops. First, I'm teaching you Surf, because it's like the best water move you can get at this point. Yeah, we don't need Water Gun. So yeah, we live in a situation where we cannot legally acquire Macross. We're just not allowed to. So, can you let Giga Drain? Damn. So what are we supposed to do in that scenario? Well, if you take the Japanese's word for everything, they just say you just have to live with it. And I'm like, well, what if I don't want to? What if I actually want to be a fan of Macross and not Robotech? Like, what am I supposed to do then? Right? It's like, oh, filthy thief. Dirty thief. It's like, whatever. I don't give a fuck what you think of me. God, what can I teach you? Nope, can't do that. Rain dance, I guess? Sure, it's better than Mudshot, but... when the Japanese give me that option, I usually say, that's like your opinion, man. Yeah. Yeah, one thing they do that really frustrates me is they're like, there is no discussion on this issue. You're just a bad person and you need to follow the law. Got it? The appropriate response to that is, okay, well, if there's no discussion, then I'm just gonna pirate and I'm just gonna continue doing that then. Like, if there's no discussion, then fuck you. Like, what? Like, why would I talk to you at this point? Like, there's nothing you can... there's nothing you can say to me anymore. It's like, we're done. God, Ammonite does not have a big move list. Okay. Might just have to go with the flow. So, the thing that pisses me off is, in a situation like Macross, the Japanese unironically believe that you should just accept your lot in life and just basically die without ever experiencing the thing you want to love. And I'm sorry, but if that's your ultimate argument against piracy, you're gonna lose every time. You're just gonna lose that. And who knows? Maybe that's... that's just... maybe you're just trying to gatekeep, right? Which makes sense for leftists, but it's not going to work on people like you and me. That's a cucked mindset. Completely. Like, Studio Kara, they own Evangelion. They're the creators of Evangelion. It used to be Gainax, but the people have moved over to Evangelion, right? They said you're not allowed to do Evangelion doujins anymore. You're not allowed to create doujin content for Evangelion. And everyone's like, oh, yes, Corporation Sama, yes, I will go along with everything you say, yes. It's like, and the West looks at that and I'm like, you people are fucking stupid. Like, that's not how freedom of expression works, I'm sorry. Like, copyright holders do not get to dictate your rights. I'm sorry, they don't. Lol, said the Western fan. Lamau even. Yeah, lol, said the Western fan. Lamau even. Yeah. It's just horseshit. Lord Helix surfed the waves of his giant kingdom. Now this guy gives you attack EVs, so technically I should be using someone else on this team. Attack EVs. So up Jai. And the reason I know this guy gives you attack EVs is because when I was doing a cartridge playthrough of Fire Red, I was looking for an attack EV like farming spot, and I used this guy for my Dragonite. Well, what became Dragonite. Very helpful. So yeah, like Japan seems to believe that if you shame Western pirates, that we're going to just stop pirating and become good little goy slaves. Good little slaves, sorry. Didn't want to say a slur on stream. Like good little corporate slaves, right? Who will just patiently wait until their bones are in the ground, waiting for maybe that one little piece of content from Japan coming over to the West, but in a censored, garbage, cucked form, right? Shame only works on tourists. Yes, it does. And it only works on people who feel shame for certain things. It's a slur against us. It's okay. Yeah, well, I don't think it's okay for YouTube. That's the thing. It's definitely not a YouTube-friendly name. That's why I don't try to say it. I have the G-word pass. Yeah, I know I do, because I know what it means, obviously. It's just... it's one of those things that YouTube would flag. But yeah. No. If Japan believes the rest of the world is going to silently sit there and not become anime fans or manga fans or Japanese gaming fans, like, if your true intention is to gatekeep the hobby and keep the West out, I'm sorry, but that's not going to work here. Don't know why that popped up. I got a notification for my printer, which is kind of weird, but it should be fine. Yeah, my knee should be fine. Whoa, I wish I had a system like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, the whole piracy thing, this is the basic understanding of piracy. It's a theoretical loss of revenue. It's not an actual loss of revenue. Now, why is that? It's because when you're talking about piracy, especially online piracy of content, or like copyrighted content, it's not the same as a bootleg. A bootleg would actually be a loss of revenue because you're spending money on a fake copy of a thing, like a physical fake copy of it, right? If you're using a certain website that was mentioned in chat that I deliberately did not mention on stream for a reason, yeah, like if you're familiar with ways of acquiring anime and manga through alternative means, then no money is ever exchanged with that. What you're doing is you're file sharing, right? You're file sharing you're file sharing a copy, right? So there's no revenue exchanged between it, and if there is revenue exchanged between it, you need to get that sorted because you've been defrauded, obviously. So that's the reason why it's a theoretical loss of revenue. Well, that's one of the reasons. The second reason is because when you file share the copy to someone, you increase the chances you learn Leah at level 31. Excuse me? Leah at level 31. Are you kidding me, game? That's silly. That is silly. You're a silly Billy, game. And I think I just died. Yep. You know what? You're a special defense EV Pokemon, so Hand Planet. Yeah. So let's say you are file sharing a copy of copyrighted material, right? Like, let's say you're in that scenario. So, you have two options going forward from there. You have option A, which is to continue to consume the copyrighted material for free, and to just go from there. Or option B, which happens way more often than Japan likes to admit, is you go from file sharing a copy to purchasing a legitimate copy. Like purchasing legitimate copyrighted official material. This happens all the time. It's happened to me, it's happened to friends, it's happened to family, it's happened to everyone. Right? So therefore, piracy then is a service problem. It's not. It's nothing else. It's simply a service issue, which is why Steam and Netflix and Spotify and Crunchyroll, begrudgingly Crunchyroll anyway. No, I can't talk to you like that. Like, these legitimate streaming services have made it easier for people to move away from piracy back to legitimate, like, revenue. Oh, but if you tell the Japanese any of that, they fucking throw a tizzy fit. And I'm sorry, but on the issue of piracy, we're just not going to reach an agreement unless you actually listen to us and understand. If you don't want to listen, if you don't want to entertain the conversation, then we have nothing to talk about here. Like, what we'll do instead is we'll just agree to disagree, and we'll talk about stuff like censorship and payment processes and localization and all that stuff, and other things about the hobby, like whether or not we like a favorite character or stuff like that. We'll talk about that with you all the time. Or we can talk about American barbecue if you want. That's an alternative. But we're never going to agree on the piracy thing. You will never be able to tell us that we're being a bad person and you need to stop it right now. And there's no discussion ever. You're not allowed to disagree with me. If that's the attitude you want to take, then fine. You can take that attitude, but we're going to continue to pirate. And there's nothing you can do about it. So get fucked. If that's the mindset you want, get fucked. Translate that into Japanese. God, I still don't have an amulet coin either. You know, I might put the leftovers on Lord Helix, because he's not surviving the best. In Japanese, it would be get to do fakuto. Something like that, I guess, yeah. Like, they're just being silly. It's so silly. So that's basically, like, the most annoying thing I saw this week on my timeline. I'll just say as well that there are Japanese people who actually do understand the issue and they actually do listen. And some of them even agree with us, right? So it's not a black and white. It's not all Japanese people who are like that. You know? It's just these really annoying voices who are trying to pull this anti-leftist tactic on us of trying to get people out of the community, and it's not working for us. Because in actuality, we are Japan's greatest ally for that stuff. Like, we are. We just are. The Japanese are slowly realizing why we pirate. Well, if they don't realize right now, they're gonna have to learn it the hard way. They're just gonna have to learn it the hard way. I'm sorry. In other gacha news, you learned Brown Dust 2 is putting out another Magical Girl event. Yeah, Brown Dust 2. I've tried to cut down on my gacha game, games. I've cut down on that time a lot. So, Brown Dust 2 I had been interested in, but it's like, no point, dude. I'm tired of playing gacha games for the most part. Yeah. If I don't know. The only one I play is like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Blue Archive, and Pokemon Champions is not technically a gacha game, but I've been playing that a lot recently. You know, so I don't know. We need more video games and not gacha games. I completely agree with you. The problem is, it's increasingly difficult for video games to have, like, erotic, male-centered fan service. Or like male-targeted fan service, you know? It's so difficult because of payment processes and storefronts like Steam and all that. They're just so tyrannical. So bloody tyrannical. Why would you do that? I don't have hazards in this game. Like, I don't even know if Omastar can learn spikes. Can it learn spikes? Because then I would actually use spikes. But yeah, Brown Dust 2. I have thought about getting into it. It's just, I'd prefer it if I could play it on Steam, but they weren't allowed to without censorship, so they stopped doing that. You yearn for the day these payment processors are either brought to heel or lose their monopoly. I want both. I completely agree with you on that. They need to go. Like, they cannot use their monopoly to restrict our rights. They can't. That's just not on. Just completely not on. Oh, fuck your recovery, Stormy. Yeah. You just wish they made their own client independent of the Play Store, like Shift Up Dip and Nikkei. Yeah, they did do that, didn't they? Yeah. I do agree with that. And I think they said they were looking into that. Possibly. Like, as an option. And if they haven't done it yet, they should do it, because it's, because that's just how... That's just the better way of doing things, especially in this day and age. It's absolutely the better alternative. Volleywell. No, you have water absorb, I know you. Ah, bitch. Whatever, I got leftovers, I guess. Yeah, no, they should be doing their own independent client. I know Epic Games has their own thing with Fortnite. Like, there's a sideload app that you can put in, I think even on Apple like devices now, where you don't have to use the Apple Play Store to purchase Fortnite like V-Bucks or whatever. Rain Dance, don't mind if I do. My knee is toxic? Yeah. It was an idea we came up with last stream to make my knee a little bit more useful, and it actually works like a charm. It's so funny. Because my knee spouts toxic bullshit about how, like, why didn't you evolve me, you asshole? It's too funny. Oh, actually, can Omanite learn Rock Slide? I want to check for that, actually. I wonder if he can learn Rock Slide. Because if he can, I'll put that on his move list. It'll make him so much better. Jesus, that did a lot. It can? Oh, excellent. I'm gonna do that. Once I clear these trainers, I'm gonna go back to... it's not Rock Tunnel, is it? No, it is. I'm gonna go back to Rock Tunnel, and I'm gonna go to that move tutor, and I'm gonna get Rock Slide. Nice. You can also learn Rest and Swagger. I don't need another Rest setter. And Swagger is... I've never felt a need to use Swagger in a single player playthrough, personally. But Rock Slide I can see being very useful, even though Lord Helix is calm nature, so his attack stat's not the best, but I can make it work. You want it for the flinch chance. And also for type coverage. Like flying. Be great against Lance. How'd you guys feel about the RE4 playthrough I did earlier this week, by the way? Like, I actually really enjoyed it. And I was surprised to see how many views it got over the past couple of days. Like, I think the algorithm picked up on RE4 being a popular topic of discussion. So my stream got a shit ton out of nowhere. On Super Opie Bros? No, that's Kingdom Hearts. I actually streamed RE4 on this channel. War Turtle. U2 Tentacle Aerodactyl. You didn't even know? Damn. Well, you got something... If you got 3 hours to kill, by all means, you can watch it. Oh, of course you do. You ended up watching Kroby Cat's video? Yeah, no, it's a really good video. Like, really, really good. I think I'm gonna just... Yeah. Yeah, no, he's fantastic. Like, he waited 3 years to drop a fucking banger on these people. Fuck you, War Turtle. War Turtle. Your Saturday's gonna be lit then? Well, I hope you enjoy it, because I plan on making Tuesdays RE4 Tuesdays until I finish it. So it should be fun. Three years to say fuck you, I was right. Exactly. Exactly right. It's great. Okay. Now that I'm on land, I'm gonna fly all the way up here. Lavender. Now I need a Pokemon that knows Flash, which luckily I do have. So first I'm gonna heal. Now, if I recall, I think it's Bellsprout. That knows Flash. Yeah, Trapman. Yep, Trapman knows Flash. So we're going to take Trapman. Just replace my knee for now, because I don't need her. Because who needs... Because walking is overrated, after all. Nope, not that way. Okay. I recall... Why walk when you can ride? Exactly. Speaking of, it might be a bit quicker to use the bike. Nope. Okay. This will be fun. Nope, not there. Oh, I just noticed their cries are similar. That's funny. Yeah, you hear that? It's the same. Now, if I recall... Nope, not there. Down the other way. Oh no. Oh no, what? Now you can't unhear it. Oh yeah. Now you can't unhear it. Yeah. It's one of these things, unfortunately. Like, there are a lot of Pokemon that share a cry. Like, the famous one is Charizard and Rhyhorn, right? Like, they're the easy ones to hear. Mudshot's fine for electric types, I guess. Yeah, why not? And I think Charizard would benefit from learning Rock Slide better than, like Steel Wing or whatever it has. Yeah, Aerial Ice. We don't need Aerial Ice. Man, what a weird moveset for Charizard. 1996 was a different time. It was, absolutely. It's just one of those things, please understand. Like, that's the thing, like, I actually don't mind them reusing it, because unless you hear them side by side like we just did tonight, like, it doesn't register to you that they're different cries, you know? I'm curious. No. Never mind. Especially when you're a child. Completely right. Absolutely. I agree. Like, you just learn to accept that these cries associated with these sprites are just that's just the Pokemon's identity. Like, even if the cries sound similar, it's like, unless you pay attention or someone points it out to you, it's like, oh. Like by the end of tonight, I'm probably gonna forget that Omanyte and Marchop sound identical, you know? You never know. Right. Now for the other side. And what a cool team this is. A rock, water, electric, a psychic, poison ground, normal, and fire flying. How cool is that? So many cool Pokemon you can get. I think I did notice, by the way, this ROM hack raised the level of the fossil Pokemon by a lot. Like actually a lot. Like 10 levels, I think. So that's more viable, quicker. Because I think the default is level 20 or 15. And it's like, okay, that's quite a long time to grind, so I don't know if I like that. True, aren't they usually level 10 to 15? Yeah, I think they're level 15 in the vanilla games, which is so bloody low. That would take nearly as long as Dratini to Dragonite. That's how long it would take. Because they evolve at like level 41, level 40. That's a bit ridiculous. Like, it's one of those Pokemon you have to go out of your way to say, I love this Pokemon so much that I'm willing to put in the grind, you know? It's what I did for Dragonite. Of course you use Protect. You don't even have leftovers to compensate. If you had Protect and leftovers, that would make more sense. Excuse me. Again. You did that for Tyranitar and Volcarona? Yeah. And Metagross, Salamence, like all these Pokemon. Yeah. Volcarona is crazy though, because that takes forever to level up. Same with Hydreigon. Oh my god, man. Black and White is brutal for that. Especially because they changed how the experience system works in Black and White, where you have to fight higher level Pokemon to get more experience, because after a while, the low level Pokemon you do level up stop giving you as much experience. And they do this because of EV training, right? They actually make it easier to EV train very early. But holy crap, is it fucking difficult to level up in that game. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love Black and White. I love Gen 5. Like, I look forward to the day where I replay those games, because they were fucking phenomenal. They really were. Some of the best Pokemon games to ever come out. They just did some stuff that makes it a little bit bullshit, but otherwise. What do you mean recover? Turns out you're faster than me, so that was pointless. I need to do that because scrolling to the bottom is kind of annoying. See, look at that. He's already catching up. Wonderful to see. Oh, traumatic. So what's news in the FGC for you guys? Because I have a couple of stories we can talk about. I know, for example, Tekken 8 Season 3 got a new balance update where they actually nerfed heat across most of the characters. And stuff like that. And, well, as you can guess, a lot of people were very, very happy about the nerfs. Oh god. Shoulder. Only a tiny percentage of players were upset by the nerfs because they were like, they seem to believe that if their one character was nerfed, that no one else was nerfed. But that's obviously not true because, like, everyone's characters got hit. At least for the most part. Maybe there are some that didn't, but most of them did. You know, not for the FGC because you want to have low blood pressure for the rest of your days. Fair enough. I only mention it because of the interesting, like, situation with Tekken 8 specifically. Because, oh my god, double protect, are you kidding me? Shoulder, why do you do this? Because with Tekken 8, people have been asking that game to be nerfed for over a year, right? I'd say at least 2 years. Basically since the game came out. It doesn't want to be rocked? No, I guess not. Wait, Tekken 8 is a real game? You thought it was a mental asylum for ill people. Yeah, well, it's that too. Like, these people still have Stockholm Syndrome for Tekken. But, you know, hey. You got the nerfs you were asking for, finally, so... like, good for you, I guess. You know? Yeah. I do wish they tried other video games, though, because... well... other video games are pretty good, actually. Turns out other games are fun. I need to get back into so many games I need to play. I've just had so much going on. There's always something to do the night before or something else, so... Like on Monday, I have a bunch of stuff to do. Like hopefully on Monday I'll get my teeth sorted. And there's also a whole other thing going on in our family that will be dealt with on that day, so... I'm just hoping that all goes well, really. No, they need to stop playing games and go back to sports ball where they belong. Fair enough. Ooh, nice. You too, Hoball, as well for me on that front. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Excuse me. Oh, level 6 tentacle. How nice. I love swimming. I just had to do a big cough there. Oh, times like this, I wish I had sleep talk. I mean, I could just use Hand Planner, because if you gotta put me to sleep anyway, then why don't I just put in the sleepy one? What time? Yeah, should have seen that coming. That's fine. Because I have a new move. Behold, my genius. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That would have been so nice to see kill. Wait a minute. Didn't I see you two not long ago? Oh, you know what? I could have just played this. I always forget. So useful. Look at that. Oops. Yep, your little brother's definitely starting out. Except, I don't know why you both attacked Lord Helix. Oh yeah. So the whole praise be the Helix. Oh wow, that's a lot of trainers there. Uh, I shall accept the challenge. Yeah, so another fighting game thing. So Street Fighter 6 updated its story where they changed some of Alex's like backstory, like the dialogue surrounding it. And it basically is still the same. It really didn't change a whole lot. Like it's still made it so that Alex and Patricia are technically cousins. Like distant cousins, but cousins nonetheless, and he still married her even though he held her as a baby. And the FGC is still pissed about that, and they're gonna be pissed about it forever, and they deserve it. Suck my fucking dick, FGC. You fucking deserve to be fucking pissed off about that. Cope and Seath. It's just way too funny. Alabama shall rise again. They need to seethe harder, yeah. They should do so eternally. Like all that fucking belly aching about fictional incest. I'm sorry, I just don't give a shit about your opinion on that stuff anymore, so get fucked. So, bye. Don't like it, stop playing. That's all I can say. Leon and Sherry, Pragmata, Alex and his cousin, Capcom's gatekeeping recently. Yeah, kind of, they are. It's kind of funny. Oh, protect. That's very good. Oh, that's a really good move. You should have that. Might get rid of Mudshot, to be honest. But not as useful. Shocker. My boyfriend wanted to swim to see Foam's Islands. I see. Is he all your boyfriends as well? Well, it's he. Answer me. Is he your boyfriend? Remember, they would all praise it if it were Game of Thrones or very realistic looking. Pretty much, honestly. They don't make a lot of sense. It's just... I don't get it. It's like... There's a whole meme on Japanese Twitter where it's like Hermione waving her wand and it says, "See? Your thing is bad, but my thing is good," right? That's the main format. It's Hermione saying, "See? Your fictional C-Sam is bad, but my realistic incest with real people is based and safe." And it's like, what? That's stupid. Yeah, it's just fucking retarded. The whole thing's retarded. Just let fiction be fiction. It's not fucking difficult. These are the people that can't tell the difference between fiction and reality and get pissed when you can tell the difference. Yeah, I've seen that tweet. It's accurate. Very accurate. You just get so irrationally angry for no good reason about the whole thing. Excuse me. No, you can't. You cannot. You're hot, so I can share my Nidoking with you, but you can't keep my Nidoking. Alright, I know exactly what you're gonna do, so I may as well just put you out. You also have a minor theory that they're somehow using real people for self-inserts and see fiction as competition to their delusions, but it's just a theory. Not a bad theory. I think the simplest explanation is that they want power and control over people. And they don't really care how they achieve that, they just want it. And I think those people are very dangerous indeed. That mindset. Whew, doesn't stand a bloody chance. Extremely dangerous, yeah. 100%. They are not trustworthy people. You are faster than me, but you didn't use hypnosis. Okay, get body slammed then. Get fucking sat on by a fat bitch. I just want to say the girl sprites have amazing tits on these bikinis. FYI. I don't care if no one asked. It's my channel and I observe it and I like it. So there. Meh. Tentacle. Awesome. The one time I wish I had my shot. Oh well. Might have to do some swap training after this fight. Because Lord Helix is running low on PP and SILPH is not going to do a lot. Okay. That they do. Hmm. Hmm. Oh dear. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh. 100 attack. And if I have 100 attack, and how much special defense? 97? Not great. I don't have any hazards set down, so why do you do that? Excuse me. Glub glub. Would I just be better healing to get Lord Helix and moves again? Might just have to do that. Oops. Can Lord Helix learn Rain Dance? Oops. Pretty sure he can. It's just Rain Dance. Yeah, he can. But do I want that? That's the question. Something I'll think about later. You can wait. Mellow. Ah, perfect. Rock slide. Okay, with that low health, it should do that. Just finish you off. Saves time and moves. Oh, fuck off. Swimmer Barry. Guys, it's Uncle Barry. Uncle Barry's swimming in the Pokemon ocean. He's using Cloyster because he likes vaginas. Didn't mean to click on that again, but oh well. My body got sticky momentarily. Yeah, pretty sure Lord Helix evolves at 40. Which will be excellent to see. Because once he's evolved, I can bring the other Pokemon up to a good level. I'm just wondering, how much info can you actually see on these? I'm pretty sure... Okay. Because I know there's a different ROM hack where you can see the full move list, but I think that's Emerald Rogue, where you do that. God, look at those tits. This game used to be... Pokemon used to be a real video game franchise. Of course. The hallmark of a good game franchise is the underwear of their female characters, based and truth-pilled. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I just wish we didn't have to go to Korea and China to get that kind of content. It used to be Japan, and even to some extent the West, not as much, but the West used to have attractive female characters too, and it's taken how long for us to get some semblance of sanity back? With, like, the Lords of the Fallen devs? Like, fucking 15 years? 12 years, I think, maybe? We used to have femme fatales. Yeah, we used to have actual female archetypes. That weren't just fucking Mary Sue girl boss that makes the men feel inferior for existing. You know? Femme fatale is your favorite archetype. Yeah, fair enough, I see it. Okay, I don't know why it was clicking off that dialogue so quickly for me, but it was. There's Seafoam Islands here. Now, normally, I'd be like, great, let's go catch Articuno or some bullshit, but not here for that. Tiffany. You'll never forgive the woke and their simp sycophants for taking away the diverse array of female archetypes. Yeah. For all that talk about diversity, they sure do like homogenizing and categorizing people into small little boxes. Quite ironic, in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing. I say it's ironic, but I think they know exactly what they're doing as well. Like, I think cognitively they're aware that they're engaging in pure hypocrisy and double standards. The problem is they don't care because it still gets them what they want in the end. Which is why you should reject them outright instead of placating them. Their woes be many and their days few. Yep. If they keep going down the current path they're on, then yeah, they gotta find out the hard way what the consequences are for their actions. Okay. I'm thinking we will do this last part here with trainers. And we'll turn off at Cinnabar tonight. Because I started quite late with my stream, admittedly. But who knows. I'd like to do the Pokemon Mansion, but I think that would take me a bit too long to navigate with the time we have now. I at least want Lord Helix. Oh, thank you for raising my speed! Oh, shit, of course. My mistake. Lol. Gotta... I'm speed. My speed is good. How do I get speed? I'm losing. Gas, gas, gas. Gotta step on the gas tonight. Ah! I still need to watch Initial D. I've only seen that. You know what? How they did a remake movie for Initial D, like a series of remake movies. I only watched the first of that, which is not the best way to experience it. I need to see the original as it's intended. What? Lord Helix is evolving. Here he comes, boys. Wiggling my fingers. Praise Helix, he has risen. Spike cannon. Oh, that's a steel type move, isn't it? No, it's normal. Oh. I'm gonna say no. Praise Helix. He is here. He is now among us. Hell yeah. Damn, look at his defense. God damn. His speed is shit, but thank God for Rain Dance. With Swift Swim. Okay, we can swap you out for... Probably for you, to be honest. Or maybe... No, it should be my knee. Lord Helix is attaining his true form. You're still waiting for a translation of Denshadare D. It's like Initial D, but with trains. I'm gonna make a note of that right now. That sounds awesome. Like, if something like that doesn't have a translation, then someone needs to work on that, in my opinion. Alright, I now have that ready to go. Thank you for the recommendation. Let's Thunderbolt this bitch. Oh, it's a parody game on Initial D. Okay. Oh, I think I've heard of this, actually. I think I've heard of that. And I know there's a different train game. It's called Dench Attack. It's like Crazy Taxi, but with a train, right? I've seen that. That's on my wish list, actually. Like, I want to experience that. You watch AGDQ run back in the day, and when they were still saying it was Kino. That's the ideal state, isn't it? That's what you want. Oh, okay. What do you mean nothing there? Like, why would you have this here then? Check out my buff physique. Okay, dude. I don't know. Your mantids kind of look the same as Barry's, who I fought earlier. Sweet. Wimpy. My boyfriend gave me big pearls. You know, not as big as your titties, though, I bet. Nora? Am I wrong? It must have been washed away in to the sea. Yeah. Such a shame. Yeah, your shoulder's not gonna live that. Oh no, my pearls were in them. Will my pearls grow bigger inside Cloister? Which Cloister exactly are you talking about? Oh, you're on land. You're gonna have a different team, aren't you? Whoops. Yeah, bird Pokemon. Could I please repeat how was the crazy taxi game train called? Densha de Go? No, it's Densha Tack. So Densha and Attack. I'll spell it in chat. It's no trouble at all for me to do that. Densha Tack. It's actually fucking Kino. When I looked at it, I'm like, damn. This game I want to play. This is sick. Ah, there we go. That makes it easier. Take a note of that, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, you recommended me a train game, so I figured why not I recommend one. It's not out yet. There is a demo. But it should come out this year. It's expected to come out this year. I fucking love Rock Slide. It's one of my favorite rock type attacks. It's so good. My birds are exhausted. They can't fly me back. And it's like, I guess you gotta have to wait then. Hey babe. You on vacation too? No. To be on vacation, I have to have a job. Okay. You are for Hand Planet. Yeah, just body slam them. If you don't know what to do, just body slam. Works every time. Yeah, this whole puzzle here. This is something I think I will come back to another time. Because as much as I love Articuno, I don't want to catch it tonight. Alright. Okay. Swap the team around a little bit. Now, I'm gonna want to put out... Let's see. I have these three to level up because they're a bit underleveled. I mean, I say that, but... put you out front because you'll be quicker. Okay, so... The Uno Icebird will be a fun thumbnail for next week. It could, but I've seen the... I've seen the thumbnails that Ergomancy made for Articuno, and some of them are not very nice looking. They look kind of horrifying, actually. I was mainly thinking of having like a magma or something for the other thumbnail. I'll think about it when I actually like set up the stream. I'll see what the thumbnails look like, and we'll go from there. So, that's going to be it for Pokemon tonight. So, to wrap up, we're going to show our Sinister Six, so to say, for Pokemon. So we have Moist Spoon the Alakazam, which is going to stay on the team. Apapachai the Nidoking. Hand Planet the Snorlax. My Knee the Pikachu. Our new team member and Lord and Savior, Lord Helix the Omastar, excuse me. Did not mean to blaspheme. And Rotoscoped the Charizard. And that will be our program for tonight. So we'll save. We'll reset. Dream team? Yeah. No, a really cool team. Well balanced. Cool Pokemon. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah. Unless there's other stuff to talk about, this will pretty much be it for tonight for Pokemon. This game's so fucking fun. I love Pokemon. This is the gameplay loop you live for as a Pokemon fan. This is classic. Like, I remember the discourse back in the day where it's like, oh my god, I'm so sick of Pokemon being formulaic and blah blah blah. Here's the reality, right? The formula itself is not the problem. The problem is the lack of side games. Right? That's the actual problem, in my opinion, with Pokemon as a brand. Like, this core gameplay loop we've had for at least 7 generations or 8 generations. Yeah. No, we'll say 7 because Generation 8 like simplified the map layout way too much, so it looks awful. It's a decent and steady loop. Yeah, it is. Um, and it's consistent as well. You can iterate and build upon your knowledge of previous games. We need another Colosseum or XE Gale of Darkness like game. Yeah, that's one of many games we need. Absolutely. You need to go now to meet a friend, so you're ending right on time. This is a nice stream, GG. Well, thank you for showing up. I'm just going to talk for a little bit more, but you're at the 2 hour, 51 minutes and 30-second mark. So when you come back to the stream, it'll be around that time if you just want to catch up on what I'll talk about. But thank you for showing up. And I hope to see you again on Saturday for Kingdom Hearts, if you're there. Jaded Warlock. Legends was close, but it's true. End game, where you got to catch them all, only works in the main game, not the side games. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. Yeah. I mean, personally, I'm making it a quest to get all the available Pokemon I can in the games. Like I'm not a fan anymore of this idea of having like an empty Pokedex for a save data. I want to fill them all out. I want them all to be full. I want every available Pokemon on each individual cartridge. That's something I want to do. And obviously the National Dex comes with that, but that'll be one game from a generation that will have all of that, and everything else will just have what it can get legally. But yeah, no, the problem with the Pokemon formula, it's that it's the only Pokemon game we got for years and years and years. So in the past, you used to get like Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which is one of the best side games in the entire franchise. I love Mystery Dungeon to death. It's fantastic. So we had all these games to kind of like balance out the Pokemon experience so that you're not just playing the mainline games. So you don't burn yourself out with the mainline formula. But they didn't they just stopped making side games. And that sucks, in my opinion. We didn't get a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game until like what was it, 2021? 2020? That was the last Mystery Dungeon game we got. The last Stadium style game we got was Battle Revolution on the Wii. Yes. Oh, and boy do I fucking miss it, right? Battle Revolution was cool as hell, honestly. Like yeah, like it's on the Wii and all that, and like you have to yeah, there's a whole fucking thing with Battle Revolution. I just really like it personally. I loved that game. I never did get to finish it. Maybe I can ask my brother to borrow his Wii U and see if we can do something about that. Because I have some Pokemon from Platinum that you can. Because in Battle Revolution, you don't actually send your Pokemon there, you copy them. Right? So maybe, just maybe, that would be worth looking into. The fact that we can make our own custom PC was crazy. I forgot about that. Yeah. I remember. What I remember is you had male and female, which is the only thing that exists, by the way. Only male and female is real. But out of the male and female options, you had 3 different archetypes that you could choose from. You could choose adult, teen, and lolly. And I'm like, let's go! I would totally do that. That would be awesome. The wireless capabilities of the DS to the Wii was powerful. Yeah, it was awesome. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. Because Pokemon knew their fan base at the time. Absolutely. They didn't have to they didn't have to pander to woke bullshit because companies like BlackRock and all the other woke investors are giving them money to change reality as we know it. That shit didn't exist back then. They just made the game and it was awesome. It's really fucking simple, Pokemon. Don't do what Tomodachi Life has done, where they put their fucking preferred pronouns on all their fucking me's. Like, ugh. Fuck off with that. Yeah, no, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit with that. But yeah, if we just had more side games for Pokemon, people wouldn't have gotten tired of the formula. Because I mean, look at the most popular Pokemon streams. They're either Gen 4, Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5, right? Or hell, we'll start from the beginning even. We'll say the most popular games to play on stream are Gens 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Um Maybe Gen 7, I guess. I don't know. Like that it's because they're self-contained experiences, right? Like where you don't need to do events and you don't need to connect to the internet and all that stuff. You just have a self-contained game that has all the Pokemon you want to use in it. Um, you have a set like map to follow, like a story to follow and stuff like that, and it's just fun. It's just so fun. You can get any Pokemon you want. Like I know Nuzlockes are popular. That's another thing you can do, right? So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We just need more spin-off titles. Like we got a new Pokemon Snap game, but it didn't really last long, which is kind of sad. Um, because it gave us something else to do, like in the world of Pokemon, but it's just I don't know, people just didn't enjoy it. Like it really didn't catch on. Now, if they put out a new Pokken game, I'd be down for that. That would be sick. I'd love to play Pokken, like a Pokken 2. Or hell, even just Pokken in general would be fun to play on stream. I don't know. Whole bunch of shit you can do with that. Pokken would be the shit. I agree completely. Like, like the biggest problem with Pokken as a product is there's no Japanese dub, so you only have the English dub, at least for us. In Japan, it's different, obviously. So no Japanese dub, and they never shut up, and the voice acting is terrible. So literally, when I booted up Pokken years ago, I turned the voice volume all the way down because I didn't want to hear any of them talking because they were fucking annoying. It's like, yeah, no thanks, I don't need you. I'll just treat this like a regular Pokemon game with no voice acting whatsoever, except for the Pokemon themselves. Yeah, we need more spin-offs. That's the problem with Pokemon. Like all video game franchises have been doing this. Spin-offs have kind of gone the way of the dodo for the most part, and that's really sad to think about because there's so much room for experimentation. It's just they don't want to take the financial risk, you know? What a shame. Okay, we're about to hit the 3 hour mark, so I'm gonna wrap up. Spin-offs, tie-ins, movie games, yeah, no, a whole bunch of stuff. Even a number of racing games, yes, absolutely. It's just we lost many things. Yeah, it's we lost the middle market. The middle market died. The double A industry, as it used to be called, but it's called the middle market. And what we have instead in its place are indie games, right? Now, there are good indie games, but there's also an oversaturation in the indie space. Like I can't tell you how many times I've come across a fucking first person true core shooter where it has like some hyper autistic thing about its design and how it feels when you watch gameplay of it, and it's like a twitchy first person shooter thing. It's like, oh my god, can we stop that? Can we just stop? We know exactly who this is made for, and we don't like you, so please just bugger off, will ya? We have that in gacha games, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like, we just don't have. Like, the indie space has replaced the middle market, but it doesn't have everything the middle market used to offer us. You know? Indie games don't have that 6 out of 10 $40 PS2 game experience, if you know what I mean. Indie games don't have that feeling of seeing a game that you've never heard of or seen advertised much, but you see it for only like a few dollars cheaper than like a AAA game. So you're like, oh yeah, I could see myself playing this for a day and enjoying myself, and then you do, and 6 or 8 hours later, you're like, yeah, that was a really good game. Yeah, a true genuine hidden gem. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Um, yeah, we just don't have that feeling anymore, and that's really sad, in my opinion. It kind of died, I want to say, around the PS4 Xbone generation. Undervalued but still fun to play. Yes, exactly. It's because they knew exactly what they were designing, who they were designing the game for. They knew their target audience. They knew that there are people who um, don't have the money for the most expensive video game, but they're still looking for a good time. So if you toggle targeting that middle market of people, which is actually, it used to be quite a broad base of people. That it used to be quite a large market. Um, a lot of those people will buy the game, and they'll remember enjoying it. Even like it could be critically seen as a 6 out of 10, but for them it could be like an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. For example, like I don't know if it's middle market back then, but I would say it is now. But like Burnout 3. Burnout 3 is fucking fun, dude. And as far as I'm aware, it wasn't considered a AAA game. It was targeting racing game fans, you know? You'd say it died near the end of the PS3 era? Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Yeah. Because there was the whole 2008 financial crisis, right? And that financial crisis led to the death of the middle market. You saw fewer games coming out after the crash than before it, even on the same console generation. And you saw a price increase as well. You remember? Yeah, I think we all. I kind of forgot about it because I was a kid when it happened, so I didn't feel the brunt of it. I didn't feel the effects of it until I got a bit older and I saw what happened, and I would watch. This is back when I was subscribed to Razor Fist. It's when he made really good videos. These days, I don't know, but he was the earliest YouTuber I've seen who talked about how the middle market died because of the global financial crisis. Like that was the video game crash. It's just no one acknowledged it as such at the time, even though objectively it's true. That was when we say AAA games go from 49.99 to 59.99. Yes, that happened as well. Oh, but I'm an inflation enthusiast. I fucking want all video games to actually be $100 or $200 because big numbers go up because they're so valuable like that. It's like, bullshit. They're not. Like you, you fucking boomers overvalue the games that you think are gonna sell. So just cut the shit with that price bullshit. But yeah, we need a genuine middle market again. Like we need publishers. Like we need more AA publishers. We have a couple, but we don't have that many. We used to have a lot more back in the day, or at the very least, the big AAA publishers also published middle market games. They didn't just have AAA stuff. It will take time, yeah, yeah. I hope we can get back to those times because a lot of things economically are not looking good for us. But I don't really want to end on a doom a pill conversation. Especially since the middle market will be niche specific. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Listen. Go look some anime titties. Yeah, I can do that. Uh, or I could play Pragmata. I don't know. Get in trouble with the Twitter crazies. That'd be funny as hell. Yeah, Pragmata. I obviously I streamed the demo and I had some good fun with that. So you just learned they made an animation for the old man got picked up by four gyarus. You got to look at that after playing some Borderlands 2. What's the name of that? The old man getting picked up by gyarus? I don't think I've heard of that one. Like there's a similar premise with a different name, but I'm not going to mention that one on stream. Its old man has cohabitation harem after being picked on by gyarus. All right, I'll take a look at that. You said that's an animation of that, so let me add that to my anime list. Can't seem to find it. Oh, that would be why. I see. It's an ecchi, according to the Japanese definition of ecchi, not our definition. Okay. Well, I'm just going to say on stream that I do not watch anything like that whatsoever. I'm a good boy. I don't consume anything like that. So I'll just leave that as it is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Watch some Excel Saga. You know, my brother and I finished watching an anime called Ergo Proxy, actually. That was a really good one. It got a little complicated towards the end of it, but that was a good watch. It's a really interesting, mature anime. We don't get a lot of those these days. We don't have enough we don't have enough anime. Yeah. Ergo Proxy, that is good. Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I really liked Ergo Proxy. Uh, One of the things that kind of put into perspective for me is that we don't have a lot of anime these days that um we don't not a lot of anime or even manga for that matter um they don't explore like more mature philosophical themes as much as I would like to now that I'm older. If I watched this as a teenager, I wouldn't have understood a fucking word that was being said. I would have been so confused. But now that I have actual life experience and I'm older, like it resonates a lot more, you know? And I think we're missing out. I think the anime industry is missing out on having like original, mature works like that. It's not that's not to say that like moe and slice of life are like valueless, you know. Um, and even though I'm personally sick of isekai anime, like I understand that there are some that are still good, right? But you know, that there's a whole demographic that I think Japan is missing with that, you know, like the older otaku kind of audience. They used to watch all these shows back in the day as well, you know? But I guess they don't make the money like they should. The last ones that used to do that were Gant and maybe Fully Cooley. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we have Violet Evergarden. That's a deep and mature anime, right? Well, it's technically based on a light novel, but you know what I mean. So it's not like it's completely disappeared. It's just a lot harder to find, you know. It's just that it's everywhere. Yeah, no, there's definitely a market saturation for manga and anime, especially with the isekai genre. Oh my god, man! I love Mushoku Tensei. I love Konosuba. Um, there are some great, like I love Tanya the Evil. There are some great isekai, but oh my god, can we please have something different? And can we please as well with these isekai anime? Can we stop giving them video game mechanics as well, please? I'm so sick of them. They're everywhere. Just make something actually original, please. Don't play it safe. Goto Taniguchi, actually, that reminds me. Goto Taniguchi was interviewed about making like his original film. It's like a anime film where it's Japanese girls going to France during World War One, right? It's like something etwa. We'll just say that. And and he said anime need like you need more originals in the anime space because if you don't, you end up losing what makes anime itself unique from every other medium. Like it'll just you'll if you don't have original animes, it's just going to be a manga, light novel, video game adaptation machine. And I completely agree with them with that. It's not like adaptations are worthless or anything. There are good adaptations, obviously. It's just we need more shows like Code Geass, like Ergo Proxy, like Taniguchi's movies that he put out. God, what's another anime original? Let's see. Trying to look at my shelf while I'm talking. I don't know. It's fine. You'll be able to find an anime original that's your favorite. Gurren Lagann, fucking of course Gurren Lagann. Fucking there's so many phenomenal original anime, and we need more of those. We need more Japanese people to experience life. Yeah, yeah, they do. The problem, I have so many opinions about this, but the main issue with the anime industry is Japanese society itself, specifically with how it arranges your work-life balance. That needs to change. It really needs to change. It's to their own detriment, right? Like there needs to be a recalibration with that. Um, and hopefully by fixing the work-life balance, they will there will be more opportunities to explore like different ideas and different themes, different stories, like they used to back in the past. Um, but right now, because of work life, the work life balance is unequal. Like it's not stable. And because of the hikikomori epidemic as well, uh, the anime industry gears its media and its hobby collectible things. It gears them towards um the otakus who um like no disrespect to otakus, but they have very specific tastes with their anime and they like to repeat those specific tastes, right? So like for example, your flavor of the month female archetype with like I don't know pink hair or she's a tsundere or stuff like that. Like these flavor of the month anime, and the otaku um eat that up all the time. And some of some of it's fine, like from a storytelling perspective. Like I don't hate all of it. It's just it's repetitive, you know. Oh, but I'm just a filthy fucking baka gaijin. I'm not allowed to have an opinion on that. And it's like, I am though, because even though I don't live in Japan and I can't fix Japan, I still have opinions about my hobbies. I still have opinions about the things I love, and anime is one of the things I love. And I've always loved anime. We are just filthy pirates, yeah. That's all we ever are to some of these people. Well, at least other people understand that. At least other people do understand like where we're coming from. We're just filthy pirates. What right do we have to complain? Yeah, well, if we if here's the thing. If anime can protect itself from like woke ideology infecting the whole industry, and in fact, I'm not the only one who's worried about that. The man himself who created Chun-Li from Street Fighter actually put out a tweet also expressing worry about woke ideology infecting the anime industry. The man who created Chun-Li from Street Fighter, who created one of the most popular and well-known iconic female characters in video games, he doesn't like woke. He doesn't like the leftists. He doesn't like any of them, right? So fucking shove that up your ass as well, fucking FGC. The guy who created one of your favorite female characters and who worked on the mecha designs for my favorite work of fiction, Code Geass, because he also did the Nightmares, he agrees with me. So get fucked. Chud life for the win. What was I saying? But here's the thing, right? If anime can protect itself from being infected and destroyed by Marxism, uh, I am willing to sacrifice um the platform I could be given as a foreigner to express my opinion about anime. I am willing to sacrifice my platform to talk about anime if it means I can prevent Marxists from trying to ruin it, right? But that's like in a fantasy idealistic sense. Like obviously we have like woke localizers and all that. Like they're already in um they're already like weaving um no, not weaving. They're already like stitching themselves to the industry. They're taking a needle and they're threading themselves um like like a tumor onto our hobbies, right? So so the solution at that point is rather than for me to not say anything just because I'm a filthy foreigner, I should in fact saying be be speaking in support of Japan's like right to freedom of expression, whether it's anime, manga, or video games or whatever, you know? They're grafting themselves into the source. Yeah, exactly. We're already seeing that with video games. It's called localization at the source. And then, God, I'll never forgive Reggie Fils-Aimé for saying this, but he it was him who said that Nintendo were inviting their American localizers and giving them a seat at the table so that they can like quote unquote make simultaneous releases quicker and easier. It's like, bullshit. What you're actually doing is you're allowing like foreign censorship to enter your art. That's what you're actually doing. And look at where we are now because of that mistake. And Reggie doomed Nintendo. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I'll never forgive him for that. Actually, there's something else I wanted to mention on stream, and I keep forgetting to mention it. Um, I learned a couple of weeks ago that the man who ran the YouTube channel called Censored Gaming, he took his own life last year, and I didn't know about that until like a few weeks ago. And honestly, I think that's fucking terrible, to be honest. Yeah, no, censored the guy in charge of Censored Gaming, he took his life. Yeah, he killed himself. It's fucking awful. Yeah. His name was Dan. I forget his last name. It was like Dan Forness or something. I'll just call him Dan. Um, Dan moved to London a few years ago because um, he believed all the opportunities he wanted in life would be in London, like with friendships and connections and success. Uh, and what he ended up doing was he ended up living in a roommate like apartment. He ended up bunking with like Muslims in London, and they were horrifically violent in the apartment. So he had to leave and bounce around a few times because of that. And then it got to the point where he was living in between Airbnbs, and he actually became homeless. And and apparently his family did fuck all to help him as well. So he probably suffered from shell shock in London on top of watching his hobby go to shit. Yeah, it's just he insisted on living in London, I think because he had a bad relationship with his parents. Like, he made that pretty clear when he was making his videos explaining his personal situation. Um, he made it very clear that he and his mum didn't get along. Uh, so so I guess in a way he was trying to run away from um the problem until it eventually caught up to him. Yeah, and then he took his life, which is really fucking awful. Yeah, I'm just like you, Jaded War. Like, I used to sub to him. I used to be sub to him for years. I remember when he first dropped. I want to say around the Fire Emblem Fates, DOA X3. Yeah, I first heard of censored gaming when Dead or Alive Extreme 3 was confirmed to not be released in the West, right? Those were those are some of the first videos I ever watched on his channel, and I was there for the long game, right? I I looked forward to every video he put out because I really after I left feminism, I really cared about freedom of speech and freedom of expression, especially with like anime, manga, and video games, right? Like, I really started to care about that because I understood the value of it, and he was one of those sources that I would watch to get information about that. Now, granted, um, I would have already have caught up with those sources he ended up using, right? Because I followed other outlets to get my information, obviously. But I would always watch his videos because I wanted a channel like his to grow and become like a mainstream voice in gaming. That was the first vid you watched? Yeah, it was probably the first one I watched as well, honestly. Um, and I guess from a personal story, I actually so many years ago, Dan actually put out a calling card to see if other people would be interested in making videos for his channel, and I actually applied. I actually did put in an application for like being a co-creator on that channel. This is something I didn't really talk. I never talked about this publicly because, like, what was the point? I didn't want to start drama, and it wasn't really a big deal in the end. But I created this video to show him, like, really, man, if only he picked up. We need more people like him in the forefront. We do need that. And yeah, I applied and I actually did exchange messages with him um, about working for Censored Gaming. But what I remember when I was trying to explain what I was looking to do for Censored Gaming, I was kind of looking to see if we can create videos for speculating about censored video games, like speculating if censorship would happen, kind of thing. That was the application video I sent to him. It was some I don't remember all the details of that, but it was basically a speculation video for censorship, and he rejected that. Obviously, he believed I had some ulterior motive or some other agenda attached to it. Um, so he rejected my application, and it's like, okay, well, that's unfortunate, but I wished him all the best regardless, or at least I felt like I did anyway. I don't remember what I said to him last, but that never went end up going anywhere, and well, now we see where he ended up. Sadly, you can see why he rejected it, but I wish but you wish things were different. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I, I can admit, fault on my part for doing that. Um, although I don't think it was like a grave sin or anything that I committed by doing that. It just didn't align with Dan's vision for censored gaming, I guess. You know, I think he was more looking for like concrete examples of censorship that had already occurred by that point, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Um, but yeah, no, I just wish things turned out differently with Dan. I really did, but now he's gone, so. Speculation's hard for some people to wrap their heads around. Yeah, it speculation is what you kind of you leave speculation for stuff like tweets and forum posts, you know? Assuming if you know the right forum to go to. Anyway, hop over, go look at some anime fun bags. No sad sacking. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I just wanted to um to say a tribute to Dan of Censored Gaming, or at least not a tribute, but like a shout out. I wanted to acknowledge his contributions to the gaming community, and I wanted to say that his voice was so much more important than I think he ever realized. Um, and I hope I hope we can all continue his memory and immortalize his contributions in some way. Um, so yeah, rest in peace, I guess. Yeah, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Censored Gaming. Thank you, Dan. You may assume it was soft, but it was louder than he thought. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. No more sad, no more sad facing. uh, I guess the one thing I will tease in relation to censored gaming is that I've been brainstorming my own inspiration based on censored gaming. I have a name. I have video ideas for it. I just need to get it off the ground, which might have to wait until the DOA video. And then it will have to wait after the book is finished. I need to get back to those. I need to get back to that video. That DOA, dude, I did some editing for the DOA video, and I fucking burnt myself out super hard on the first day of editing. That was a big mistake. Like that really killed my motivation. But hopefully, I'll get back to it and it won't be as bad next time. But yeah, so I have something in the works for that. The project I'm talking about regarding like censored video game stuff, slow and steady. Yeah. It'll still be on the Ethnic Weeb channel. It won't be its own channel unless I absolutely need it to. But I don't really feel like it if I can help it. I'd rather just keep it on this channel because I have this idea for like putting shorts out, like more shorts, and the format I'm thinking of is perfect for that. So that'll be fun. I think that'll be good. Okay, so that's it for Pokemon tonight. Obviously, Saturday night once again we're doing more Kingdom Hearts. We're kind of getting closer to the end. I'd say we have about 2 more parts to go. And so Saturday is Kingdom Hearts. Tuesday we will be back on Resident Evil 4. So if you haven't watched part 1 of my playthrough with that, please feel free to, because I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was really good. And then Friday next week will be more Pokemon. We will do the Pokemon Mansion, Blaine, the Sevi Islands, and maybe Giovanni. And then after that, the Friday after that will be the Elite Four. So that would be cool. I think that would be really cool. Well, it would probably be grinding for the Elite Four instead of actually doing the Elite Four, because they're actually quite tough. So, I have thought about streaming on Monday, but I don't know if we will. We're nearing the end game. Yeah, we are. We're getting close now. Monday is going to be quite tumultuous for me, so hopefully everything goes well on Monday. If it does, I want to see if I can stream Pragmata. If I can afford it. I don't know. I'd like to stream Pragmata, I think. I think that'll be fun. Could do some really funny stuff with that. But we'll see how we go. So, thank you all so much for watching the stream again. I hope to see you on Saturday. I hope to see you on Tuesday. I hope to see you on Friday. I hope to see you on every day that I end up streaming. I hope you all have a good rest of your day or a good night, depending on your time zone. And I'll see you soon. It was a good one? Yeah. No, I had fun. I always have fun chatting with my fans. It was worth picking up streaming, I think, after that Gooners versus Gamers stream. I think that really helped me understand that I'm actually capable of doing this. Okay. So, I'll see you all tomorrow night, probably. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday or Friday. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Take care of yourself.